to be clear again, Bob, neither the Quran nor the Bible condemn either slavery or child marriage.
And once again, that's a lie.
And I want to say, well done to Christians for being progressive and going on to ban those things. I believe that the Islamic world and Islam
needs to become more Christian.
Likewise can...
of the earth against Yahweh against his anointed. Right, no, hold on one second. The anointed, this is a prophecy of Christ. Christ is the Messiah.
Well, no, David's talking about himself.
As a Muslim, who's the Messiah?
Jesus.
Jesus. What does Messiah mean?
The anointed one.
Right, so we're talking about the Messiah.
Right. This is the
of
Christian
Yahweh.
interpretation.
Yes,
to be clear.
The Christian interpretation. Yes, the Christian. I don't care what the Jews say. Right. The Jews don't define for me how to read the Psalms. The church defines for me how to read the Psalms.
But this was written in Hebrew. It's a Jewish. Psalm.
The entirety of the New Testament was written by Jews.
Well, yes.
Was Paul a Jew?
He became a Christian though. So
No. You see, bro, you don't know what you're saying.
He was a Jew. He then became a Christian. Then he
was a Jewish believer of Christ. Michael here. Are you a Jew, bro?
Yes.
Are you a Christian?
Yes.
Jews can be Christians. Paul was a Jewish.
Ethnically, yes.
Thank you. Thank you. So the New Testament is a Jewish document.
It's continuation of Judaism.
It's a fact. I'm sorry, it's just a fact.
I mean,
no, it's not semantics.
Being a Jew is an ethnic and a religious thing.
It's not semantics. It's not semantics. The
Paul
Judaism.
Was a Jew when he wrote his letters. He'd become a Christian by then.
Bro, you're appealing to a 5th century Judaism interpreted by rabbis through the Talmud. The New Testament is a 1st century document of Second Temple Judaism. If you don't know what Second Temple Judaism is, I suggest
also known as Christianity?
Yes, also known as Christianity. Exactly.
So,
right? No, hold on one second.
You're a Jew, or?
No, what I'm trying to get you to see, bro, is that you don't know what you're saying because you don't understand the context. Because if you understood the context, you would understand that the New Testament is a Jewish literature of Second Temple Judaism. Now, a good scholar for you to study, to learn about this, is N.T. Wright. He writes all about this kind of stuff. Okay? Right? Go and get his books, go and listen to his preaching. He'll tell you all about Second Temple Judaism, and he'll tell you how Christianity is a Second Temple Jewish movement.
Right. Okay.
And how it should be understood as a Second Temple Jewish movement.
Right, so what's your point?
This is getting to my point. So my point is, my interpretation of the Psalms is a Jewish interpretation from the 1st century.
No,
yes, it is. Yes, it's a Jewish. It's a Jewish
how the Psalm that you read is David speaking about himself. It's not a prophecy. You've
clearly not listened to what I've said. Then.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You've clearly not listened to what I've said.
Because
what I'm pointing out to you is that Messianic Jews in the 1st century used the Old Testament to show that Christ, that Jesus was the Christ.
Right.
And they used it by quoting Psalms like this. Okay? So when it says against his anointed, the Christians of the 1st century understood that to be Jesus.
Okay, but you know that David is talking about himself being persecuted by Saul, for example. And
yes, of course, there can be an immediate meaning, but that doesn't mean that there can't also be a meta meaning as well. That's how prophecy works. And just to show that that's how prophecy works, when Muslims abuse the Old Testament to try and show Muhammad, they do exactly the same thing. Because they take passages.
A bit of a tenuous link.
No, but Muslims do that. But when Muslims do it, you don't criticize them. You say, hey, Allahu Akbar. But when Christians do it, you say it's a problem. And Paul Williams does exactly the same kind of fallacious logic. So when we come back to this again, it says the anointed. So it's speaking about the anointed. That's a reference to Jesus Christ. Now, when you
David primarily, but
and the meta interpretation is about Jesus. This is a messianic psalm. And just so you know, I'm not going to bet money on this. I don't, but I would bet that if you go up to a Jew and ask, is this a messianic prophecy? They would also say that this is a messianic psalm.
Might do.
I mean, we can find a Jew and ask him. Maybe they'll say yes. Maybe they'll say no. I won't. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But I think that Jews see this as a messianic psalm. They don't say it about Jesus, but they do say it about the Messiah. And if Jesus is the Messiah, then this is Jesus.
Right. Well, anointed is Messiah anyway.
Yes. And it names the Messiah It names the Messiah due to the son.
Yeah, because David was a son of, well...
No. Thank you. Bro, honestly, I think I've demonstrated my point to you now. So the Old Testament does speak about God having a son, and it is his Messiah, Jesus Christ.
Well, I'm going to do my research, but...
Please, no, thank you. And I appreciate that you've now maintained a much more calmer dialogue.
Yeah, I mean...
You know, versus how we started. Yeah. You know, so come back to me with your questions, but honestly, bro, you should be asking yourself whether the Muslims that are drip feeding you information about Christianity, whether they're distorting it.
Okay. And I would just say to you, Bob, you know, as a person who, you know, respects himself and carries himself with a certain degree of, you know, dignity, I think it would befit you to treat other people with respect. I mean, I've seen you speak quite rudely to some people and you know, your behaviour, I presume.
Yeah.
You told me you said some handlers, you said that, you know, my brains are washed with lies. I mean, these are ad hominem attacks. I think it befits Christian to, you know, give people the respect that you expect.
I will take that on the chin as a fair criticism. I apologise.
I'm not paid to be here.
I apologise.
I'm not Ali Dal.
But now tell me what did they promise you to take your Shahada again?
Right, so be honest with you, the reason I became Muslim was because I read that there's sex in heaven in Islam.
Yeah.
And for me that was enough of a draw to be like, okay, sign me up, I'll become a Muslim.
But then you gave that up because you didn't want to be someone who celebrated slavery, and you didn't want to celebrate marrying children.
Yeah, I realised that.
So why have you gone back to that then?
Because
Are they suddenly okay again?
Well, the thing about
you really need to
thank you.
the
thing about slavery and, you know, child marriage, you know, I've looked at the Muslim arguments, and I mean,
it's okay.
Because the thing about slavery is it's illegal all over the world.
But you're saying it's okay.
But no, slavery's been made illegal everywhere, so therefore Muslims cannot go back to slavery. Child marriage, likewise, has been made illegal.
Two things. Firstly, both of those statements are false. Slavery is still practiced in the Islamic world today.
But it's illegal.
No, it isn't. It is still legal.
The UN banned slavery in 1962.
Yeah, the UN has banned it.
They only made it into law about 20 years ago.
Yeah, but in sub-Saharan Africa, where Muslims dominate, slavery is still practiced. So that's factually false. Secondly, child marriage is still practiced in huge sections of the Islamic world. And there's plenty of evidence to show that. Again, what you've done is you've heard a lie by the da'i. You haven't checked to see if the lie is true.
Right.
And if you had done even an hour's worth of study, you would have discovered that slavery is still practiced in the Islamic world and child marriage is still practiced in the Islamic world. So go away and check.
I can't
well, go and check it.
That slavery and child marriage are illegal in almost all.
Okay, right. So firstly, go and check. If what is true about child marriage. Firstly, go and check it. Go away, do your research.
Okay.
Right, and then make a judgment about whether you want to be part of that. Secondly, let's be clear. Child marriage and slavery were made illegal because Christians forced the Islamic world to do so.
Right.
We forced them at the point of a gun. We bombed their cities with our boats and we shelled them into submission to make slavery illegal.
Right, and just to be clear again, Bob, neither the Quran nor the Bible condemn either slavery or child marriage.
And once again, that's a lie.
And I want to say, well done to Christians for being progressive and going on to ban those things. I believe that the Islamic world and Islam
needs to become more Christian.
Likewise
needs to become more Christian.
Please don't put words in my mouth. I believe Islam can be reformed in the same way that Christianity has progressed.
Bro, I would love to get in touch with me. Let's meet for a coffee and talk some more. I want to give you more time.
Okay.
But my time is... I've got lots of people demanding my time.
Bob,
he's next.
Yeah, just to add, Bob, when you come here and you say whatever about Islam and Muslims are some of the nicest people I've ever met.
I know that, bro.
They were nicer to me than most Christians.
And I can believe that. I can believe that.
And I think you can learn a lot from Muslims in regards to,
I can believe that. But
how to be
but one second.
Person.
You know, I will take your criticism on that point more seriously when I see you.
Well, I've become...
One second. I'll take you more seriously on that point when I see you giving Muslims the same lecture who abuse my mum,
very
spit in
sorry
my
to hear that,
face, shout in my ear, stab hatun, berate hatun, punch hatun. Oh, does that make it okay?
Speak for yourself, not for others.
No, but no, I am
And
speaking.
I've never seen
Hatun's
anyone
my
spit in
sister.
your face, by the way.
Yes,
I'd
yes,
like
yes,
to see the videos, man. I've
yes,
seen a Muslim
yes,
spit in your
yes,
face.
yes, bro. They have.
Yeah,
They
I've
have.
been there. I've been there.
So I won't take lectures on that point.
And I've seen you in some other people's mouths,
Anyway,
by the way, as well.
so yes, I have. I'm not claiming to be perfect, but I'm just saying on that point, I will take you more seriously when I see you on camera lecturing Muslims about their
Maybe I'll
conduct.
do that.
Right, where's that brother that wanted to talk to me?
Can I just say
Right.
one?
Anyway, brother, I'm going to
lovely
stop
talking
now.
to you, Bob, and
Yeah.
Can I
Where was
just
that
say
brother that
something
wanted to
very
talk to
No,
me?
he's walked off. He's walked off.